this show is really pinning itself as the best Disney Plus show yet. Maybe the best Disney Plus show ever.
Someone commented.
What?
Last week.
What?
And they said...
Yeah.
Nonsensei's taking this break and she's starting her own channel.
Stop!
That's what she's doing. Is this the case? Is this what's going on? Was this all just a ruse for you to create your own channel?
I feel like you're thinking I'm too much of a big brain, using the word ruse.
Someone said it and I'd not thought of it. I'd not said, nah, she's doing this behind the scenes, but... Hey, NarendraTheComic here! Yes, and right now we're going to be doing our review of Moon Knight Episode 2. And I'll start off with this. Great episode.
Brilliant.
Maybe better than the first one. Maybe.
I think it was. I'm not going to bounce out on the maybe.
Okay.
I think it was better than the first episode. The tension, the stakes are already so high.
Yep.
And we're understanding these characters more and more, right? I feel like the character of Khonshu, we're actually getting a bit of character out of this god that I was not expecting from the beginning or from any of the trailers. And I'm pleased to see where it's going.
What was your main gripe with it, though?
I have a big gripe.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person to
Be
shit
the
all over
person.
things, but...
Take a big Blizzard shit.
Guys, my main gripe, and it really is my only gripe, is Stephen's accent. I just can't get past it. This man is traversing all of the southeast of England. He's going from North London to South London to East London. He's
to
using
Essex.
slang that's old and some maybe a little bit of new slang. It seems so all over the place, and it leaves me thinking, why didn't they get an English writer to write even this part of the dialogue?
Indeed, maybe they did.
Then they didn't know what they were doing. They were all over the place, and it really does take me out of the show. For someone who isn't English or isn't from London or the southeast, they might not feel it. But because we are, I'm watching it and just cringing, and I can't enjoy it when Stephen's talking.
It is pretty cringeworthy, some of the lines that come out. It's because it's so out of place. Sometimes he's saying wagwan, and other times he's throwing out rhyming slang, and then he's throwing out his own interpretation. My name's Stephen with a V. That was funny. To be fair,
funny.
It was funny. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. My name's Stephen with a V. It was funny.
It was.
All right, but the point still stands, and that is his accent is so unbelievably bad that it really just pulls you out of the show whenever he's speaking.
Yeah.
And it's really annoying because the show itself is so well done.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke is amazing.
Exceptional.
In the first episode, it's like, oh, he's big bad. In second episode, it's like, oh, he's a bit more controlled in what he's doing.
Yeah. He seems incredibly in control. And I feel like we're going to watch him lose control and fall apart throughout the season.
Yeah.
We actually got a really big thing about Arthur in this episode, which was he was the previous avatar of Khonshu.
Yeah.
Which I did not expect.
No, that really did come out of nowhere. I wouldn't have guessed it. So the fact that they did something I wouldn't guess, I give you big claps because normally that just doesn't happen.
Yeah. And
but that was good.
It was really, really cool to see him talking to Stephen about what Khonshu is going to be saying in that exact moment and say, he's telling you to kill me. He says he's going to do this, but he's a liar. And he's like, wait, can you hear him too?
You can see him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really nice moment, and it really made you understand Arthur and the way he's been discarded by this god and how that's made him feel and fall into Amit.
But what was the reason for that? Maybe Khonshu saw what Arthur was doing, going down a bit too much of an Amit line of thinking where he was trying to punish people before they'd done anything.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's why he may have let him go, and Amit just comes along, takes up the scraps and says, I'm gonna take you. But Amit seemingly isn't there. She's not around, it's not going on. So there's this one sliver of her power inside this cane with the crocodiles on it. So, I don't know, is she dead? Is she buried? What's happening there?
I think Amit is unreachable, and he's doing all of this to reach Amit and gain power.
Or maybe she's on like another plane or something.
Yeah.
And this is like the one remnants of her left, whereas Khonshu has been stuck on this plane maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe some of the other gods are on a different plane and he's actually still on Earth, whereas some of the other ones are away.
I like that idea. I feel like that's a good way to go about it, because otherwise we have no idea where the gods are, why they can't just be on Earth.
Yeah.
Consistently having avatars. Also, how quickly did they run through avatars?
Well, maybe there's some type of time gauge on the individual once they've become the avatar, or maybe it's unlimited. Maybe they can last hundreds of years. Something that I did not like was also Layla's accent.
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's the only issue with the show, and that is the fact that these guys can't do accents.
Yeah, her accent, I thought at first maybe she was English.
It was English, French, American, all of it.
Maybe a tiny bit Arab.
Yeah.
But it was so all over the place, it couldn't find its place on a map. But then when Stephen was speaking French, she was speaking French perfectly.
Yeah.
Her accent was impeccable, which makes me believe maybe she is Arab.
Like Moroccan or something.
Yep, because
Yeah.
often Arabs speak French, English, and
Yeah,
Arabic,
yeah.
right? But when she's speaking, you don't know where she's from, where she's been, where she's going.
Not in a good way. Like, not like, oh, it's just ambiguous. Like, I cannot tell where you're from or what you're supposed to be.
Yeah, it kind of leaves it up in the air, because if she's a mercenary, like Mark,
Oh,
how do you...
also, they're married?
Yeah.
So that was something just completely out of left field as well.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting marriage. I was expecting girlfriend-boyfriend relationship,
Yeah.
maybe partners in crime.
Maybe she's not a merc.
Oh.
Maybe she's not a merc. Maybe she's just like a grave robber or something. Going after ancient artifacts. Stuff like that.
Oh, they're Indiana Jonesing.
Yeah.
That sort of vibe. Oh, that's different then. But then that doesn't explain why she's so good at fighting.
You pick up things along the way.
Yeah.
You know, you do.
Okay, fine.
You do.
Fine, I'll agree. Maybe you pick up those things along the way.
Yeah. Oh! Something else. Steven's Moon Knight suit is actually Mr. Knight.
Yeah.
They went so different to what I was expecting.
Not expecting
So
that.
you've literally got two different suited versions of Moon Knight, and each one is one of the personalities' interpretation of the Fist of Vengeance and being Khonshu's avatar. That was so weird.
Yeah, when he smacked his head and then fell and he was doing the kneeling pose in the
Superhero
suit,
landing, yeah.
we had to go back because we were like, wait, did he get knocked out?
Did
And
he turn into Mark
Yeah.
and then just turn into Mr. Knight then?
But it wasn't that.
Yeah.
He got up and he was ambling around like Steven. He started speaking. I was like, oh shit. I couldn't
Wow,
believe
wow,
it.
wow.
But it was a really nice moment because we got to see what Steven thinks is the right thing to do with power and all those things. He didn't want to hurt anyone. He didn't want to hurt the Hound.
But then he gave it up.
Yeah.
Because he knew he couldn't do it. And he thought Mark could, so he gave up power and relinquished it to Mark, and he ended up doing the job. Something else. These jackal beings, they can't be seen by the average person. They're kind of invisible. They can't be seen on cameras, but they are physical manifestations.
Yeah.
So while they're invisible, they are actually there physically. Maybe they're just cloaked in something which makes them be able to have that type of ability. There was something else where Arthur said, oh, don't worry, that's all he can do, in reference to Khonshu, because it seems like they aren't actually that powerful in the physical world, which is why these gods need avatars.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they can't really do much. They're like blowing wind, turning on and off lights.
Kind of like a scare tactic sort of thing. They can pressure people into doing things and scare them, but they can't physically enact their own will, right? Which makes sense in why you need an avatar. One thing I did want to talk about is the fact that Khonshu is pressuring Mark to stay on as the avatar because he's got his eye on Layla.
Yeah.
It's a good move. It really adds stakes to the story and to their individual characters.
Yep.
I see Steven falling for Layla as well as Mark.
You had the big issue, which was the accents. My big issue was MacGuffin.
Yeah.
All right, MacGuffin, not always a bad thing. All right, if it's not the main part of the story, a MacGuffin can be fine. So I just hope that they don't make the MacGuffin everything to do with this story, because it seems like it's some type of compass to Amit's tomb. I want more than that from this show overall. Like, maybe if that's by episode 4, that whole situation gets unveiled and we really see where it goes from there in episodes 5 and 6 as to, is Amit back on Earth? Is Arthur gonna be her avatar? Because he doesn't seem to be her avatar at this moment. He just has some of her power.
Yeah.
And he's accessing that. So it's so open. There are so many possibilities. And I'll tell you, as of now, the best Marvel MCU show to date. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, Mr. Knight himself gonna come after you. You don't want that. You really don't. Do they want that? So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic.
I've been Nonsensei.
She's been Nonsensei. You've been Ground. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 1,000 days now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, because hashtag never not here, just how it goes. Also bring the pakwas. Pakwas means nonsense in Punjabi. We also bring a lot. Bring a little, do a lot, do a little, but we do indeed bring the quality shitty content on a daily basis. So see you tomorrow. More of the same. slightly different, but essentially the very same. Once more, see you then. Skadoosh.
I got you! I got you! Take that, you friggin' psycho! I got you!